So 23 is now trying to compare what is the difference between I will and I'm going to. Like I'm going to visit Kenya and I will visit Kenya. What is the main difference? Is there a difference? Yes, like I have told you. When you say I will do something, it is like you're making the decision now at the time of speaking. When you say I'm going to visit Kenya, it is like already you're telling me something which is already planned. It's already decided. Yeah. So if I tell like, Hamina, can we go for a tour on Saturday, this coming Saturday? Amina says, no, this Saturday, no, not, I won't be around really. I'm going to visit someone in hospital. So she says, I'm going to visit because it's like she had prior plans. The plan had been made before now. Yeah, so that is the main difference. So in short, I'm saying use will when announcing your decision. After you have the decision now, anybody else asking you about anything now, don't say again, I will. No, simply now say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So it's like will normally starts. And then from there, the rest of the time you say, I'm going. Like Yaya, remember Yaya saying that I think I will go for that trip. I think I will also go for that trip. So you make a decision. So tomorrow if I meet anybody and the person wants like to know where I will be next week, now I'll say, I'm going for the trip because I made the decision before. So let's now look at 23 now. That's now the part we are going to start with. Yeah, I will and I'm going to. Future actions. Compare will and I am going to, we are going to, they are going to, she's going to. Yeah. And remember this going, don't confuse this going and the meaning of go. Go, I'm going, no. This going is the to plan, you know. I'm going to buy. I'm going to cook, you know. I'm going to ask. So not going like movement, really physical movement. No, it's plan. So Sarah is talking to Helen. Look at these ladies here. Wow. The one in purple and the one in what? Brown. The one in purple color says, let's have a party. And the one in brown, which Helen says, that is a great idea. We will invite lots of people. You see, now here they are making a decision now. It's a new idea completely. We'll invite lots of people. So you see, we'll invite. So we use will, like now in this case, we'll invite to announce a new decision. So in this case, the party is what? Is a new idea. So we'll invite lots of people. Yeah, we'll invite them. So you see now here, the decision now. You see, now. So they make the decision using what? Well. So now they have agreed. Sarah and Helen now have agreed to have a what? A party. So now these guys now have the information now. Later that day, Helen meets Max. Now you see Helen is now here. You see what she tells Max? Sarah and I have decided to have a party. We are going to invite lots of people. She's now saying we are going. She's not saying like we will invite. No, because the decision has already been made. So she says, we're going to invite lots of people. We're going to invite lots of people. So the use of be going to, for example, we are going to invite. So we use be, you know, be is like is, are, you know, was like that. We use going to when we have already decided to do something. So Helen had already decided to invite lots of people before she spoke to Max. Yeah, before she spoke to Max. So if you look at this diagram now, look at this diagram. This lady is saying here now, he's saying, We are going to have a party. We are going to have a party. Why is she saying we're going to have a party? Because this is an idea that was agreed before with who? With Sarah. When was it? Somewhere in the past here. So after the agreement of we will invite lots of people, we will have a party here. So anyway, after this now, if you meet people next week, tomorrow, next, you'll be saying we are going to do this, we are going to do that. Okay. Assume, for example, you stay with your uncle. You stay with your uncle in South Sea, Kenya. So today in the evening, your uncle tells you, we will move. This place in South Sea is becoming smaller. So as the head of this family, I think we will move next month. Yeah, we will move next month to Lavington. Yeah, we will move next month. So I want people to be ready. Don't tell your friends that to come here again because we will not be here from next month. So we will move. Yeah, we will move. I think it will be a good thing. So tomorrow morning when Mohammed comes to work, when maybe Shamso goes to the company, for example, she'll now tell people that, hi, guys, don't come to our place in South Sea anymore. We are going to move to Lavington. Why is she saying we are going to move? Because the decision was made by the uncle a few days ago, isn't it? Yep. So with that idea now, let's now practice now some of the examples that we have here. Look at Gary. Gary has been trying to contact you. Gary has been trying to contact you. Has he? Okay. I'll call him. Another one. Gary has been trying to contact you. And this person say, yes, I know. So I'm going to call him. So, when you read this book, you don't get the point, but let me explain. There is this man called Abdullah. Abdullah came home today at 6 p.m. And the first person, he has a firstborn son who is now 10 years old. Okay, so the son tells Muhammad now that, Muhammad, Abdi Yusuf has called, and he has said that he needs to speak with you. So because this is the first time that Muhammad is getting the information, he says, okay, Abdi Yusuf, okay. I will call him. So Muhammad now makes a decision to say, I will call him. He says, I will call him because he's making the decision. After 5 minutes, Muhammad enters the house. Muhammad also has a daughter. The daughter is called Anisa. Anisa says, oh, Dad, by the way, Abdi Yusuf called and he said that he wants to speak with you. But now, because Muhammad already has been told the information by the son outside there, you know what Muhammad says? Muhammad doesn't say, okay, I will call. No, not he will call, because he decided when he was outside with the son. So Muhammad will say, okay, my daughter, that's fine. I'm going to call him. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I'm going to call him. He says, I'm going to call him because he made the decision 5 minutes ago when he was outside with the son, isn't it? That is why you can see that the sentence has some differences here. Gary has been trying to contact you. Has he? Okay, I'll call him. So this is the first time you're getting the information. And then somebody else again comes and say, Gary has been trying to contact you. You say, yes, I know. I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him because you made the decision when the first person told you that he was looking for you. Another example, Anna is in hospital. This one person, and maybe your friend, maybe you, Fatima. Fatima says, Anna is in hospital. You are like, really? I didn't know. I'll go and visit her. So you see, you're saying I'll go and visit her because this is the first time you're making the decision. After 2 hours, another lady called Khadija comes and says, by the way, Anna is in hospital. Now you say, oh, yes, I know. Aniga, I am going to visit. I'm going to visit her this evening. Why are you saying I'm going to visit her? Because you already made a decision. When Anissa told you that. So I'm going to visit. Yeah, I'm going to visit her this evening. So you see, will is for making the decision, and then going to is just saying what you already decided. So that is all about the use of will and be going to. Those are the main, that's the main differences actually that we have. But you know, there's a place that they work together. There's a place where you can use will or you can use going to. Okay, when is that? So future happenings and situations. When I want to predict about the future, you can use any. So we use both. We use both will and going to for future happenings and situations. So you can say, I think the weather will be nice later, or I think the weather is going to be nice later. Why are we saying you can use any? Because you don't have, nobody knows about the future. Nobody knows about the future. Allah only knows about the future. Nobody else knows about the future. Yes, only the weather people. They're only guessing only. They're only giving only approximation. So you see now, I think the weather will be nice. I think the weather will be nice. It's just like saying, I think the weather, please mute. I think the weather is going to be nice. Because when you say, I think the weather will be nice, that is just your own idea only, your own thing that you do from what you, when you say, I think the weather is going to be nice, it's based on what you see. The clouds are there like this, or if there are no clouds, you say, I think the weather is going to be nice because of the how you see it. But really, you have no plan. You cannot decide. Who can decide whether the weather is going to be nice or not? Nobody decides. And that is why we are saying that for predictions, any can do. Only for predictions. Yeah. So those shoes are well made. They will last a long time. Yeah, they will last a long time. Those shoes are well made. They are going to last a long. So you can use any because predictions about the future, nobody knows for sure. No one knows for certain, with certainty. Nobody knows that. So it's only upon us just only say what we think. So you can say they will last or they are going to last. If you had shoes like that in the past, and you know, for example, they stay for long, then you can say they are going to last based on the experience that you have, isn't it? That you have had before. So, but all of them, when predicting about the future, please, you can use will, you can use going to. They are the same. Oh. But there's something you need to know also, that when we say something is going to happen, you remember we learned in Unit 20 there, that when you say something is going to happen, it is because there is enough evidence. From what I see now, it is clear that it is going to be like this because there is enough evidence. There's enough evidence. So when we say something is going to happen, we believe this because of the situation now. When I say, for example, it's going to rain, it's not because I'm a magician. No. It is because I see clouds, a lot of clouds. And you know, it's normally common sense that when there are heavy clouds, dark clouds everywhere, then you know for sure that it is going to do what? It is going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Yes. Now, last week we were counting votes. After some point, there were two candidates remaining for the election last week, X and Y. At some point, you know, there were how many voters? 320 members of parliament, for example. So at some point, there were 210 members who had already ticked X. Here, there were only 100 who had only ticked Y. How many remaining? 210 plus 100, so 310, so remaining 10. So even before the 10 members voted, it was clear that X was going to win. Yes, it was not like you are a magician because 210 have already voted for X, 100 have already voted for Y. So the 10 remaining, even if you give these 10 to Y, Y cannot win. So you can now say X is going to win. Yes, X is going to win. Why? Is it because you're a magician? No, I'm not a magician. Is it because you are a jinn? No. It is because you can see. You can see from the, you see, everything, the results, look at the results there. 10 votes remaining. This has 210. This one has 100. So it is clear that X is going to do what? X is going to win. And I'm not talking about an election in Africa. No, I'm just talking about another election that was there in Europe, not in Africa. So don't confuse the results. So now, what is happening now shows that something is going to happen in the future. For example, look at those black clouds. It is going to rain. Why am I saying it's going to rain? Because we know that black clouds is a characteristic of what? Of rain. We can see that it is going to rain because the black clouds are in the sky now. We're going to be late. When you hear people saying we are going to be late, it's not because they are magicians. No. The meeting starts in 5 minutes and it takes 15 minutes to get there. So it's clear now that we don't have enough time, isn't it? Like our class starts at 9 a.m. in the morning. 8:55, you are still in sleep. For example, 8:55. And you know, it takes like 30 minutes or 40 minutes to be in town. So will you take 5 minutes to reach town really? No. So it is clear that from the time that I can see now, it is clear now that I will not make it to be there in town on time. And that is why I'll say I'm going to be late. So you call and say, hello. Yes, you have just woken up now in sleep. Yeah, it's now 8:55 and we have 5 minutes. I can't fly. I don't have an aeroplane. So I think I'm going to be late. Yeah, I'm going to be late. So please bear with me. I'm going to be late. So when you say I'm going to be late, it is because from what we see now, it is clear that you're going to be late. So it's clear now that we don't have enough time to get there. Jane will be late for the meeting. She's always late. So when you say Jane will be late, it's not because there's some evidence. No. Going to is only when there is evidence. But if there's no evidence, but what you believe, why? What you believe. Without evidence now, only what you believe you can use well. So Jane will be late for the meeting. She's always late, you see? So I believe this because I know that Jane is like that, isn't it? Because I know her, I understand her very well. I know her. So that is the facts that I have in my mind about her. But there is no evidence to show it now. So basically those are the differences that you need to always know. So for predicting future things, you can use either of the two. When the evidence is there to help you make a decision, then say it's going to. When it is just what you believe, it's just will. And then generally speaking, we've said that will is making the decisions, but going to is just to say that the decision had already been what? Been made. You are not making a decision. You are just telling people what you made before. So let's stop there and take questions now, just in case you have questions. Now, this is the final unit of the future tenses, though there is still one part that requires some future words. But basically, this is the last part in the intermediate book. So unit 24 combines two tenses. The famous one you like, it's called the future continuous and the future perfect. So this is the future continuous, actually. This is the future continuous. And this other one is called the future perfect. Future what? Future perfect. But then I told you, avoid the future perfect, future continuous, because that is just names only. It's good for you to learn. It's always good for you to know, okay, how to use, when to use them. Like, for example, when I talk about the will be going, it tells me something that is going to be happening in the future. Well, it may not be happening now, but at a given time in the future, I expect that a given activity will be ongoing. Okay? Yes. Like now, we are having a class. But don't call Mahmoud at 8 o'clock tonight. Why? Because at that time, he will be watching a movie. Because he watches from 7 o'clock up to 9 o'clock. So 7 o'clock up to 9 o'clock is a time that is in the future. And so if an activity is going to be happening at that time in the future, we call that given activity future continuous. In other words, an activity that is going to be going on at a given time in the future. That is what we call the future continuous. So I will be traveling on Monday. So if you call me at 12 o'clock on Monday, you won't really get me because I will be traveling at that time. If you look for me tomorrow in town around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you will not find me because at that time I will be teaching. So this is for telling people the things that you're going to be doing in the future. They may not be going on now. In fact, you may not be doing those things now, but at a given time in the future, these things will be going on. Even Amina also. Amina is now in class. But in the next like 40 minutes from 7 o'clock to 7:30, she will be cooking. So there is that activity in the future that will be in progress. It will have started, but it will not have ended. It will be in the middle. So any activity in the future that is going to be in the middle at that time is future continuous. So you can see it here. Study this example situation. Look at now here. This is present continuous, isn't it? These people are standing in a queue to get into the cinema. Yeah, they are standing, you see? What are the people doing here? They are standing, isn't it? Yeah, they are waiting. They are waiting to enter, to go and watch. Maybe the cinema is good. The film is going to start in the next 30 minutes. But is the cinema now? No. In fact, the cinema has not begun. The film has not started. Half an hour from now, 30 minutes from now, of course, the cinema will be full. Yeah. Everyone will be watching the film. Yes, everyone will be watching. So when I say everyone will be watching, because when I see these guys outside here, I know they want to go and do something there in the future, isn't it? In the next 30 minutes, watching. So they will be watching. They'll be watching a film. So if you call any of this one and I say, hey, come, let's go somewhere. He say, no. I'm busy. Can I come and take you after 30 minutes? You'll say, no. 30 minutes, at that time I'll be busy. I will be watching a movie. So that is what you call future continuous. However, at a given time in the future, say for example, X time in the future, I expect an activity to be finished before this time. So we call this one future perfect. Mohammed Plain sleeps at 10. Goes to bed at 10 p.m. every day. Goes to bed at 10 p.m. And you know what he does? He switches off his phone at that time, 10 p.m. He's a funny guy. So if you call him at a given time in the future, like 11 p.m., a given time in the future at 11 p.m., you will not find Mohammed playing. Why? Because before this time in the future, a given activity will be already complete. So you say, don't call him at 11 p.m. this time in the future because he, Mohammed, will have slept. Yeah, Mohammed will have slept. So you can call him anytime now, 8 o'clock, call him, 9 o'clock, call him, even 8, 9:50, you can call him. 10 o'clock, call him quickly because he's about to switch off his phone. If you call him at 10:30, oh, bad news. You won't find him. So at this given time in the future, an activity will be finished before this time. Yeah, so Mohammed will have what? Will have slept. But I'm happy he's a good man. If you call him at 6 o'clock in the morning, he wakes up at 6:30 in the morning. So if you call him at 6:35, 6:40, even 7 o'clock in the morning, he's going to pick your phone. Because at this time in the future, something will happen before this time in the future, before 7 o'clock. What is it? He will have woken up. Remember, it's perfect because it's just completion in the future before a given time. So he will have woken up. And make sure you want to visit his house, go at this time, 7 o'clock up to 8. If you go there again after 8, you will not find him. Yes, so if you want to meet this guy, you go anytime from 6:30 up to 7:30. He takes a bus at 8 o'clock. He goes to town at 8 o'clock. So if you go at 8:45, you will not find this guy again. Why? Because at this given time, action finished before this time. So the neighbor will tell you, oh, you will not find this guy. So he will have gone. So Muhammad will tell you, you want to meet me in person? Come at 7:30. If you come after 8 o'clock, sorry, I, Aniga, will have gone. I will have gone. So you won't find me. I'll have gone. I'll have gone. So he will be working. He will be working. He will be working at 9. He will be working at 10. He will be working at 6. He will be working at 12. 4 o'clock again, he stops working. He takes a bus. He takes a bus at 5 o'clock and comes home. So if you want to meet him in town, see him before 5 o'clock. Otherwise, if you go to his office at 6 o'clock, sorry, you won't find him because he will have left. He will have left. Yeah, he will have left. He will have left. Yeah, he will have left. If you want to go and meet Joe Biden when he's still president, just go now. Even next year, we can go and see him. But don't go to his office and in the year 2030 and say you want to meet the US President, Joe Biden. You will not meet him. Why? Because he will have left power. Because I expect him, even if he goes 2 times, he's going to rule only up to 2028 maximum. So 2029, legally, he's not supposed to be in the office. So if you go there in 2030 and ask for Joe Biden and say, I want to see the president, Joe Biden, you'll be told, sorry, that guy left power a long time ago. So don't go that year, 2030. In 2030, he will have left power. So coming back to our picture now here, you see, these guys are now standing in a queue, present continuous. Future continuous, they will be watching the film in the future. They will be watching. But then, the film will not go forever. The film goes for about 2 hours. So now after 2 hours, that is 3 hours from now, the cinema will be empty. Look, this is how the seats will be again, 3 hours from now. Why? Because the film will have finished and everyone will have gone home. This is called the future perfect. Are you together? So every time you say I will be doing something, it means I will be in the middle of doing something in the future. Like this time next week, I'll be on holiday in Borama. Yes, I will be climbing on the beach. I will be climbing on the mountains. And then I'll be on holiday in Bosas. I'll be lying on the beach or swimming in the sea. Yes, I'll be swimming there. You have no chance of getting the job. You'll be wasting your time if you apply. So compare will be, ing, and will. Will is the one we did. Don't form me between 7 and 8. We will be eating. We will be eating means an activity will be going on that time. Let's wait for Liz to arrive and then we will eat. Will eat is just making the decision. Yeah. So will is for decision on, but will be eating means an activity in the future will be going on. Example, at 10 o'clock yesterday, Tina was in her office. She was working as continuous. It's 10 o'clock now. She's in her office. Let's go and see her. Yeah, she's working, present continuous. At 10 o'clock tomorrow, she will be in her office. She will be working, future continuous. So you need to know the differences there. We also use will be ing. You see, we also use will be ing to talk about complete actions in the future. For example, look at the Al Jazeera. Look at the Al Jazeera newscast here. Later in the program, I'll be talking to the new Somali president, blah, 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 blah. So when he says later in the program, I'll be talking, it's like he's already telling us what he's expecting to finish at a given time in the future, you see? So the government will be making a statement about the crisis later today. When I say we'll be making it, it's like this is what is going to be happening at that time in the future. Not now, of course, but later. Later in the program, I will be talking to the Minister of Education. Maybe it's now 7 o'clock. So maybe at around 8 o'clock, that program is going to come later. Why is he saying like that? Why is the lady talking like that? Because he wants you not to go anywhere, because to be ready for that session. That's why TV broadcasters normally saying that. Later in the program, I'll be showing you, I'll be talking to you, I'll be talking to the new prime minister. So you'll not go away, you'll wait to hear that, isn't it? Yeah, so because that thing in the future will be going on. The team star player is injured and won't be playing in the game on Saturday. Yes, you know, the game on Saturday will be from 6 to 7 o'clock. And so now this guy will be what? Will be playing or will not be playing because he broke his leg yesterday. So he won't be playing. Remember, there's also negative, not only positive sentences. So he will be playing. He won't be playing. So when we use it in this way, we'll be doing similar to will do or going to do like that. Because they're telling us what you've planned. What you planned. Number D is what I've told you. I will have done something. Is what I've told you. They are repeating what I've told you. It will be complete before a time in the future. Like I told you, any activity that gets completed before a time in the future, before a given time in the future, before a given time there in the future. For example, Sally always leaves for work at 8:30 in the morning. She won't be at home at 9, isn't it? Yeah, she will have gone to work. We are late. The film will already have started by the time we go to the cinema. Ted and Amy have been married for 24 years. You see, they have been married from that time up to now. Next year, they will have been married for 25 years, future perfect. When their son was born, they had been married for 3 years, past perfect. So you need to know all these situations. Very, very important for you. Very important for you. So with the future perfect, we'll have done, you look at first a time in the future and say, before this time, something will get finished here. How old is your president now? I'm told he's 70. So 300 years to come, how old will be your president? Oh, he'll be 370. So 300 years from now, we are in 2022. So 300 years will be 23, 22. Yeah, 23, 22. Please, don't call your president this year. This is a future time. 23, 22 is a future year. You know, 300 years to come, we are going to have the date 23, 22. So please don't call your president at this time. Don't even call his number at this time. He won't receive. Why? Because before this time in the future, your current president, sorry to say so, will have died. Yeah, he will have died. So don't call him at that time. The next 300 years to come, he will have died. He will have died. Participally, he will have died. He will have died. Yes. All of you will not be in this class at 7 o'clock here. 7 o'clock, nobody will be here. Why? Because we will have finished our class. 7 o'clock is a time in the future. So before that time, we will have finished. We will have finished. I'm not going to disturb Mohammed at 6:35 today. Why? Because at that time, he will be praying. Future continuous. He will be praying. But I'm going to call him at around 6:45 because I know that time in the future, Mohammed will have finished. Will have finished. Will have finished. Will have finished.